This is The McGraw Show on KTRS.
Hey, guess what? Spring is officially here. Do you know how I know that? Yellow Farmhouse Wineries is getting ready to open up on Highway 94 in Defiance. That's the official winery of the McGraw Show on the Big 550 KTRS. And look who's here, Dale Rawlings, who runs Yellow Farmhouse Winery. Good morning, Dale.
Morning, McGraw. How you doing, man?
Great. How are the grapes doing?
Well, they survived the winter. Surprisingly, there was very little winter damage. There's what's called winter kill, and we had a minimal amount of it this year.
Why is that?
I don't know. I can't explain it. We've had more winter kill in mild winters than we had this winter. Winter kill is the vine dies from the outer end, and the closer it gets to the stem, the more damage it does. But it didn't get close to the stem in most cases.
So explain this to me. So you picked the grapes last fall, right? Mm-hmm. And then new grapes grew over the winter?
No. The grapes lay dormant pretty much over the winter.
Lay dormant, okay.
They will bud out usually around the first week in April, although this year the spring is so late, my guess it's going to be around April 15th.
So the winter frost kills the branches is what you're saying.
Right,
okay.
Exactly.
And so now the next crop starts now, I guess.
Right. They'll begin. We have what's called bud burst. The buds are funny. They burst out in a 24-hour period from nothing showing on the branch to a small bundle of leaves in 24 hours. It's an amazing thing to see. Yeah.
Yellow Farmhouse Winery on Highway 94, where 94 zags, where the two biker bars are. There's a big, giant yellow house. That's Yellow Farmhouse Wineries. It's the first winery you get to. Dale, lots of things going on with Missouri wine. You got to be thrilled with all the news going on.
We're excited about what's happening in the industry. We're excited about what's happening. This time of year is an exciting time for us. You know, we open next weekend, the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Right.
And then the weekend after that, the 12th and 13th, we have barrel tasting weekends. So we start the season with a bang. Those are two usually pretty big weekends.
All right, what is barrel tasting weekend?
Well, we're gonna go into the barrels that have held the wine all winter. Some have held it for 2 winters or 3 winters if we've got wine that's aged for 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. And we take the wine directly out of that and sample it and see what it's like. And then what's kind of fun is to compare that, for example, with some wine that's already been bottled. That's called a vertical tasting. If you can taste 2 or 3 years in a row, that gives you a really good feel for what the effect of aging is.
You have done that to me. You have gone into the barrel and pulled it out and given me the 1 year, the 2 year, the 3 year. And it really, I mean, not that I'm a wine connoisseur, but you can actually, once you know what you're looking for, you can actually taste the difference.
Yeah, particularly with the reds. The reds are most susceptible to aging. And in fact, the reds must be aged to make good wine. We keep our reds always a minimum of 3 years in the barrel or in barrel and stainless before we release them.
Yeah.
So whites are a lot faster. They come through in a year. In fact, we're just bottling right now some whites that we harvested last August and September.
Oh.
So less than a year to come through on a white, like the Vignoles that's in front of you.
Right.
That would be a 1 year wine, and that's. Generally, we don't put the Vignoles in oak. We can, and I believe this particular year we did put it in oak, but we don't always put the Vignoles in oak.
So this is a 2010 Vignole Missouri White Table Wine. What type of wine would you consider this to be?
Well, it's tough to compare wine to wine, but if people like a dry white, not a bitingly dry, just a kind of a mellow, dry wine, I'd put in the same category as maybe Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc or some of the California Venus vinifera type of wines. It's in the same category. It's a good sipping wine. It's not going to bite you. It's not going to hurt you. It's not a wine you have to have food with to make it good.
What do we need to know about the barrel tasting weekend?
Well, that's kind of an interesting weekend. We make you a $5 charge and we let you taste all day. We don't care how much you try.
Works for me.
We go into the barrel and take that thing that we use to take it out. It's called a thief. So we use the thief. We dip down the barrel with about a third of a glass of wine. Let you sample it. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, pour it out. We'll go try another one.
Right.
And so we'll be trying some barrels of wine, some wine out of the barrels, and then. We have music, so that's our first weekend to start music, and the season kind of gets rolling on barrel tasting.
When you use the thief and you dip it into a barrel, the barrel's on its side.
Yep.
And you pull the cork out or whatever, and you push it in. Does it matter where you pull it out of, from the top, the middle, or the bottom? Is that different?
Good question. And the answer is yes, it is different. The first thing that happens is wine clears from the top. So in other words, the particular matter in the wine settles down to the bottom.
Right.
So if you reach all the way down and it hasn't settled completely, you're going to get more smegma in the bottom of the glass than you will if you take it out of the top. On the other hand, from a flavor standpoint, there's kind of an unwritten rule when you're using a thief: take it out of the middle.
Take it out of the middle.
That's the best place for the wine while it's aging, but it's good.
Yellow Farmhouse Wineries. How's that big giant stone pavilion doing?
We're cleaning it up. Today is the day we're sealing the floor, and you got to do all that stuff to get it ready. So that's what's going on.
It's a great place for weddings and parties and everything else.
We're doing a lot of weddings. We have a lot of receptions in that pavilion. We have a lot of weddings up on the hill.
And that stone fireplace is gorgeous.
It's nice. I learned one thing about fireplaces, and that is they have a certain capacity. They couldn't stand up to this winter, I'll tell you that. But it's nice to have it on a cool night.
Yellow Farmhouse Winery, Highway 94. It's the first winery you get to, right next to the biker bars, or sort of right where the road zigs and zags there. Yellow Farmhouse Winery. Stop off and get wine, right? You can pop in.
Sure, you can drive in. There's an easy in, easy out. You can park right next to our tasting room, or if you want to park it and go up and have a glass of wine, get some cheese or sausage or something like that, and enjoy the day and listen to some music.
And it starts all next weekend.
It starts next weekend, and music doesn't start till the 12th and 13th.
All right,
but we open next weekend, not tomorrow, but next weekend.
Is there a website to find out more information?
YellowFarmhouseWines.com.
Yellow Farmhouse Wines. I love the Norton, and your Ruby Red is fantastic, by the way.
It's going out the door like hotcakes.
It is great, and that dessert wine, you taught me a whole new world with that Ruby Red.
1 week we're going to try some new. We're just bottling a new one.
Dale Rawlings, Yellow Farmhouse Winery, Highway 94 in Defiance. Spring has sprung. Yellow Farmhouse Wineries is open. Have a great weekend.